Alright guys, this is bulk day 27. Today woke up at 189. Still a good sign because it's consistent, steady. But so after thinking a little bit yesterday and after reviewing my pump checks and looking at myself, I came to a conclusion where I might sound a little arrogant, a little full of myself, but I see that I'm still a little bit too diced. I am a little bit too shredded still. So, and that's not, and like, I'm not trying to sound like full of myself or anything, but I just noticed that in these pump checks, I really see every single striation. I still see all my veins popping out all over my body, and in a bulk that shouldn't really happen. And I know that I'm in a slight surplus right now, but this surplus is not high enough. I don't think I'm in a very, very slight surplus. That's how I see it right now, and how it's been going, that's what it's been looking like. So I came to the conclusion I'm going to be raising my calories another 100. So now I will be eating 3,600 calories, and it's not a huge jump. Like I said, I'm going to be taking this bulk very slow, little jumps, because as lean as I want to be, I have to remember that this is a bulk at the end of the day, and I'm trying to optimize it as much as possible. Now I know I was in a very slight surplus. Now after seeing me at 3,500 calories for this little while, like I believe that my maintenance calories could be closer to 3,400, and that's a very, very good sign. So it just means I have to even raise my calories up a little bit more right now, because it was taking a little bit too long. But I think at this point now of this 1 month, and I'm still too lean right now, so it will be a calorie bump, only 100 calories, so it's nothing crazy, it's nothing mind-blowing. So we're just going to start at 3,600 starting today. When you guys see this video, it will have already started yesterday. Now for a second, I just want to talk to the people that are struggling with dieting, with wanting to look good, with training, all that kind of stuff. The people that are struggling, because what most people think is, alright, this is how the standard person thinks. Okay, let me lower my carbs. Let me go to the gym 3 times a week. And that 3 times a week only lasts for like a month, and then they stop going. And one of the biggest ones I hear are intermittent fasting. People have to realize that it's not just one step to take. It's multiple steps, and they're very simple if you look at each and every one on their own. So first, before anything, what I always tell people is the diet. They have to get down the diet before anything, because somebody can train as hard as they want, as much as they want, but if they don't eat right, they will get nowhere, okay? They might get a little bit stronger, but they won't look good. Because somebody can eat right in a maintenance calorie intake, and they don't work out at all, they can still look good. They can still look very good, all right? So I just want you guys to know the diet is the first step, okay? And a lot of different things go into the diet. And what goes into the diet is very simple, okay? 2 ways you could look at it. 3 ways you could look at it. Somebody's trying to lose weight, somebody's trying to maintain their weight, or somebody's trying to gain weight, to go in a surplus for some reason. We'll start with somebody trying to diet, somebody trying to lose weight. Now, the only way to lose weight is to figure out where your maintenance calories are, and then you have to eat under that. It's that simple. And to figure out your maintenance calories, it's very easy. You can go on Google, type in maintenance calorie calculator, and then figure it out like that. And the person would just have to eat in a deficit lower than what their maintenance calories are. And that is how you lose weight. The next is maintaining, okay? To maintain your weight, like I just said, you have to eat at your maintenance calorie levels. Somebody can gain, that's fine. And you can, or somebody, if somebody doesn't even work out, they can just maintain their weight and still go about their day every day, walking, what normal people do, and they can still be in good shape just like that. And then for a surplus, if somebody's trying to put on muscle or gain size, gain weight, you have to eat above your calorie maintenance levels. Now, you can do a slight surplus like I've been doing, or you can do a heavy surplus. It's your choice. But it's really that simple. I hear people say that they've been intermittent fasting for a very long time, for 2-3 years, and they have gotten nowhere, no results. That is because after that intermittent fasting window, they still eat whatever they want. They don't pay attention to what they eat. They don't track what they eat. Somebody can eat very clean, but if they go over their maintenance calorie levels, they will gain weight. Okay, it's that simple at the end of the day. And I'm not saying intermittent fasting is not good, because intermittent fasting has its benefits. I've seen doctors talk about it. I've seen different people talk about it. And intermittent fasting is very healthy, actually. But it is not a good tool to lose weight. That's how I see it. Because people will fast for, let's say, the first 6 hours of the day or first 4 hours, whatever kind of fast they're doing, and then they'll be starving afterwards. It is better to just eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or even 4 meals. You could eat a breakfast and then a brunch type deal, then a lunch, then dinner. Split up your calories like that so you're not hungry during the day. And if you look at dieting in that sense, it's very simple, because if you just keep it to those basics, it's very simple. And then next, I want to go into training. So say if somebody has their diet under control and they know what their goals are, whether they want to cut, maintain, gain, or go in a surplus, bulk, and they were training 3 days a week, I think that is very beneficial. That is very optimal, because you have to realize, train 3 times a week, and they go in the gym, and they don't even push themselves to maximum intensity. They just go in the gym, get a decent workout, and they would still get in good shape, because you have to realize that not everybody wants to be a bodybuilder. Not everyone wants to get as big as possible. Not everyone wants to compete. So if somebody went to the gym even 3 days a week, but consistently, and ate right, and they knew what their eating goals were, they can get in very good shape. So we started with diet, training, then it just has to stay consistent. You guys have to stay consistent, because doing it for 1 month, it will not do anything. It will do something for that little bit of time, but then once you go back off track, your body will just get used to what its old habits were. Last and not least is sleep. Now, people do not realize how important sleep is, because it sounds very stupid to say, but if somebody got their sleep schedule right, that would fix the majority of somebody's problems, because sleeping right is what restarts us. It is what charges us up again and lets us go about the day the next day. Sleep is very beneficial for muscle growth. Sleep is very beneficial for metabolism. Sleep is very beneficial for learning. Sleep is very beneficial for a number of things. So getting your sleep right is mandatory. And what I try to do is I go on my phone for the first 10 minutes in bed, and then I just put my phone to the side and I just go to sleep. That was a B. Now, I try to aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and that is normally always the window that I am in, 7 to 9 hours. Sometimes I'll get like 6 hours and 45 minutes, but that's if something happens. If you guys look at those 4 things that I talked about and look at them individually, it's not that hard. So it's just you have to know what you want to do, and you have to want to be serious about it. It's a decision that you have to make and have to apply the changes in your life. Alright, so let's get into this chest workout. So yesterday was chest and shoulders. What I started with was actually flat bench. Normally I always say that I start with incline, but I started with flat bench, barbell of course. Yesterday I warmed up very good. I did push downs. I did a good number of push downs, and then I went on to some squeezing movements, chest flies, very lightweight of course, because warm-ups should take 0 effort, absolutely no effort. And then I started to warm up in the weight with the barbell slowly. I would start with the bar and then go a little bit heavier, my normal weight to warm up on the bench press. And then I went right into flat bench. Now I started, my starting weight was, I started at a decently heavy weight where I wasn't getting as many reps as I was when I last did flat bench. And then after that, I went even heavier. Now with this one, I did apply a drop set because I didn't get that many. So I started to drop set it here. And how I did this drop set was I just pulled off one weight at a time, because as you guys could see on the bar, I have individual weights, because at this gym, they don't have 2 plates, or they only have one 45 plate and a few 25s and a 35 and a 10. and then I just started that drop set. Now I will show each clip of the drop set, and then once I finished that heavy drop set, I lowered the weight a little bit more, and I just stayed there for reps. Now I just started doing, let's say, 7 to 9 reps, good reps, hard, intense, and at that point, I was 3 sets deep in flat bench, and then what I did was I started incorporating pause reps. Now with pause reps, it's literally what it's called, pause reps. So you bring the bar down to your chest, you hold it on your chest, I hold it for about 1 second, and then you go straight up. And then same thing, and you guys, I started doing pause reps probably about 2 months ago, and I feel it in my chest more than any other chest movement for pressing. But sometimes in my chest days, I forget about pause reps, okay? So I highly recommend you guys do pause reps, incorporate them, and you will have to go a little bit lighter than your normal benching weight, because pausing it because essentially you're bringing it down, you're holding it on your chest, and then you're going back up. So you're putting the weight straight back up without any momentum. Because once people are just benching, they have the momentum going up to down. It's momentum, but pause reps, there's no momentum. I would, like I said, highly recommend you guys incorporating pause reps. Now, when I was doing them, I was doing it at 185. I was getting about 7 reps, 7 intense reps, and then after that, I would even drop set it for a few more with a plate, and then I finish off all my sets with these pause reps with a plate. I think I ended up doing about, with including normal benching and pause rep benching, I did about 6 sets of flat bench. Then after that, I went on to incline, and I tried to do 185 for incline, but my chest was absolutely cooked at this point. So I just stayed with a plate, and I just did some really good reps there. I did a few pause reps for incline too, and then I would just finish with normal. I think for incline, I stayed 3 sets, 3 or 4. So I want to say in total, I did 9. All right, if I had to give, I would say in total, I did about 9 or 10 sets of pressing. To give it an exact number, let me say 10, because I was going high volume, talking about sets, I was going high volume. I did 10 sets of pressing. That's a good amount of sets for pressing. Once my chest pressing was over with, I went on and I did my decline flies. So what I do is I start standing straight up, and then as soon as I fail standing straight up, I will bend all the way over. You guys will see in the clips, and I just fail there. I go until I can't anymore while I'm bent over. Okay, and I ended up only doing 2 sets of decline. Then I moved on to incline flies, because I didn't really do that much incline work this chest day. Normally, that's not how I do things. I just wanted to change it up. Normally, I always prioritize incline, but yeah, I just wanted to switch it up a little. So with these incline chest flies, I was supersetting it with shoulder lateral raises, side delt lateral raises, and I will show you guys in the clips. At first I started with double hand, but that wasn't really comfortable as it was like my 3rd set in. So then I started just doing 1 arm at a time. I like that a lot better. I could focus on each delt 1 at a time. So that is how I finished it off. I ended up staying at these flies for, I want to say, 5 sets. So it was a lot of volume in sets yesterday. I did a lot of sets for chest, and once my chest workout was done, I went over to show you guys my pump. Now, even in this pump check, you guys can see how all my striations are going crazy. My veins are popping out all over my body, and I still look really lean and shredded. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because I'm sure a lot of people would want to look shredded and diced up, you know. But right now, that's not my goal. My goal is to put on as much size as possible and bulk up. Put on muscle, which will include fat, because of calorie surplus. After my chest pump, I went on and I finished my calves. I just did calves on the leg press machine. I started light and I went up in weight. That's what I will do sometimes, because I like to use light sets as a warm-up when I'm kind of iffy on the time. So I did about 4 or 5 sets of calves. Now with these calf raises, I have been doing it in the middle of my foot, the ball right under your toes. There's like that part of your foot. You guys should know what I mean, what I'm talking about. I don't do it on my tippy toes anymore. I do it in a different way now for calves, and I started to feel it more actually. Thank you to Jeffrey Nippard. Yeah, so successful workout all in all. Now I will be at 3,600 calories, and I'm going to see where we go from here. All right, guys? I'll see you in the next one, full back day. I don't know if it's going to be more lat focused or more mid back focused. I'll have to decide when I'm in the gym, but I will catch you guys in the next one.